Computer. Okay, I just started recording. So good morning. We're going to be making our cats in a bug. They're in a VW bug. I'm sure you guys all saw the picture. What I'm going to ask everyone to do is to pin my screen that says my name, the one that has the white piece of paper. So if everyone can go ahead and pin, and I'm also going to ask everyone to mute themselves unless you have a question. And there will also be times when I'm chatting with you guys. So to answer me, you can also unmute yourself. So that should be at the bottom of your screen. There should be an option. And if you can't, don't worry about it. But if you're able to, go ahead. Yeah, I'm still looking for Jillian. I hate to start without her, but we have to keep on everything on time. So just a few things about working on Zoom, because I know I have a couple new friends this week. You guys are always welcome to keep your video off. You don't have to have it on the whole time. I know some students are more comfortable with it off. That's not a problem. But there will be times when I ask you to turn your video on so that I can just see where you're at. That's all. Okay? There's no pressure. At times, you might feel like you're a little bit behind where we're at. That's okay. I try to keep a good pace. This way, we can finish on time. Because if I take too much time, what will happen is we'll end up going very overtime. So I try to make everything fit the time constraint of the class. So if you ever feel like I'm moving too fast, you can unmute yourself. You can write into me. I'm also going to be checking in with you every minute or so. And what we'll do is a thumbs up system. So I'll make sure you guys are all kind of with me for the most part. All right. So I'm going to be using a Sharpie marker to start with. You guys are going to be using a pencil. The reason that I use a Sharpie marker right away is because you can't see my pencil if I'm drawing on the paper. It will be too light. So in order for me to teach correctly and properly, I really need to use a Sharpie. So that's my reason for doing that. You guys are going to be using a pencil, and then you're going to be tracing your lines. All right, give me a thumbs up if you got your pencil ready and you're ready to start. Okay, looking around. Awesome. Everyone's all set. So we're going to be starting with drawing. Okay, the most important thing you should know when we get started is that we're going to be drawing our car really big. It should take up most of your picture. So you are going to be using a pencil, and you can make erasures as you need to. You're going to be holding your paper so that it's vertical, which looks like this. Okay, so this is horizontal or landscape. This is vertical. Sometimes we call it portrait. So we're working vertical today. All right, so everyone just flip your paper around. Let's make sure we're working in the same orientation. And I'm just setting up my camera here. So this is the bottom of my page. I can't fit my whole picture in here. I always have issues with that, but what I'll do is I'll focus when we do certain things. Okay, so we're gonna get started. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be drawing a mostly straight but slightly curved line across the bottom of the page, but it's not going to meet both sides. So just watch me first. And I know you can't see my page. Okay, what I'm going to do is hold my tripod up. So the line looks almost like a smiley face, but not quite. It's not that curved. And you're going to make yours neater than mine. Mine didn't come out that neat. Once you have that, just make sure it doesn't go to the ends of the page. Once you have that, just give me a big thumbs up. Good. Everyone got it? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a tube.
Hi, Michelle.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we couldn't see where your picture. Are we not like doing the right thing? We can't see your.
Oh,
we
you
see
can't.
you.
Are you able to pin my screen?
I don't know. How do we do that?
Do you see my screen that has the white sheet of paper on it?
No.
Uh-oh. Can you go into gallery view?
Hi.
Is anyone else having issues?
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up if you are having issues. Okay. So if you go into gallery view, it's that thing, it's got 9 white little squares. It's at the right of your page. You click on that, you'll see all of the people that are in the class.
Okay, hold on. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
so
yes.
what you're gonna
Okay.
do is you're gonna click on the one that has the white sheet of paper. That's really
Okay.
the one that you guys are gonna be focusing on. So I use a tripod with a separate camera. Okay. Hey
Okay,
Jillian,
great.
how
We
are
got
you?
it. Thank you.
We literally just got started.
Good. I just got
Okay. So Jillian, what you're gonna be doing is you need your sheet of paper and you need a pencil and a Sharpie. We're starting in pencil. I know that I started in Sharpie. Reason being is if I draw in pencil on my
I'm gonna
paper,
draw
you
my
won't be able to
drawing.
see it. I'm gonna have you pin my screen that has the white sheet of paper. That's really the screen that you're gonna be looking at. Okay, and we literally
And I'm gonna
started.
draw it.
Okay.
I just got up, so don't mind my
No
tone
problem.
voice.
So I'm gonna ask everyone to unmute themselves now. Okay. And
Unmute.
here we are. Okay, you got it. Good. So there'll be times when you're able to chime in, but I just want to make sure that we're kind of working along together. So just give me a big thumbs up once you have that shape at the bottom of your page. So it should go almost to the edges, but not quite. And it looks almost like a little, not a smiley face, but it's like slightly curved. Give me a big thumbs up when you have that. Okay. All right. So that's actually going to be the bottom of our car. Watch what I'm going to do now. I know my hand is in the way. Okay. And just bear with me. This is a big shape here. Okay, so I have one there. We're actually drawing the bug right now, the car. It's called a bug. Okay, whoops, sorry, I know I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And then it gets a circle on each side. And don't worry, I'm not going to move this fast. I'm just kind of getting started with you. And you're going to outline that shape. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I feel like mine is not the neatest. It's because I'm holding this tripod a little bit. Because when I had it set up, you couldn't really see the whole screen. So I'm just trying to make sure you guys can really see everything. Give me a big thumbs up once you have all this. And take your time. Okay. How are you doing, Adriana and Diego? Do you guys have it? Good. Violet, do you have it? You want to give me a thumbs up, or I can't really see. You're like far away.
Not yet.
Okay, take your time. How about you, Jillian? How are you doing? Becky, you're good? Here's what we're going to do now. We are going to draw the bottom of the wheels. Looks like this. There's one. Okay. So again, it's extremely step by step. So that's what we have so far. We're step by step drawing our bug, which is our car. Okay. And once you have everything, give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Back. Adriana and Diego. Adriana too, right? Okay. Jillian, how are you doing with your drawing? You want to give me a thumbs up if you're good?
I'm doing good. I'm
Good.
just drawing the.
Awesome. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to draw the top part of the bug. Okay. So just bear with me. So I'm starting it kind of in the middle of this shape. Okay. And it's going to end in the middle of that shape. Okay. So just watch me first. I know my hand is in the way. So it's a little bit curved at the top. That's kind of the style of the bug. It's just slightly curved. And then once you have that, give me a thumbs up. So you see there's still space at the top. Okay. So here's what I'm going to show you now. There's a line, starts about here, touches there, goes in here. The same line is on the other side. So it's like the same kind of dimensions. Guys, see? And just let me know when you have that. Give me a thumbs up just so I know. Take your time. I'm not rushing anyone. This is just how I gauge where everyone's at. Okay, awesome. Oh, I like your emoji thumbs up, Adriana. That's awesome. Alrighty. So here's what I'm gonna do now. It's gonna be slightly above where the top of this line is. I'm gonna be making my windshield. It really follows the shape. I know it feels like I'm going fast. I'm not trying to go too fast. So it follows the same shape as the rim of the car. So we have that. And then once you have that, there's going to be two triangles. Let me show you how they're going to look. They're really going to follow the same as this and this. So just watch. There's one. There's two. And just checking in, just let me know when you have that. We're going to be drawing our kitty cats next, and they're a lot of fun. I think they're the most fun part. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on. Okay. You too, Diego. How you doing, Jillian? Are you keeping up all right? I just want to make sure I'm not going too fast. Okay, good. All right, we're going to start our kitty cats. All right. There's two kitty cats. Just watch me first. Always watch me first. So I'm going to draw my steering wheel. It's over here. Looks like this. It looks like a little rainbow. There's my steering wheel. Okay. Now on this side, I'm going to draw my first cat. They're about the same size as each other. Okay. That's like his neck. There's one cat. It's got kind of pointy ears. So there's one. And then I'm going to draw the other. This guy's at the steering wheel. And they're really around the same size as each other. Got my two kitties. And they both have a heart that's on their neck. Tuxedos have markings like this. Sometimes it really looks like a heart. And I have a really cute tuxedo cat at home, so I do have a particular love for them. Okay, I'm going to draw the triangles in their ears. That's easy. And next thing I'm going to do, just give me a thumbs up, or just you can vocalize, you can unmute yourself and just tell me. Just let me know if you're ready to move on. Okay, so this part is a little bit more intricate. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Draw 2 circles. They're next to each other. And then it's closed off. That's kind of like his mouth. So it's just above the heart. And then they have a bottom part too. And now they have this shape, goes pretty much to the top of the page. There's 1, 2. And their eyes are towards the top. There's 1, 2. 1, 2. And it doesn't look like anything yet. It's going to look a lot better once we paint. Okay. This cat has his hands at the steering wheel. So there's 1 hand, 2 hand. And now we're going to draw the chairs behind them. There's that. And there's that. Okay. And there's a few more little parts on our car that we still have to draw. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on. How are you doing, Diego? Good? Okay. Jillian and Violet, how are you guys doing? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to draw the lights. Not lights, the mirrors on the sides of your cars. So we have that shape, and there's that. It's going to be on the other side too. Same thing. It's like the same shape. What's going to happen now at the bottom here is you have the lines from the road. It's going to be right in the center. And then there's just one more thing really for us to draw. Okay. So it's going to go parallel. Not really parallel, actually. Just watch me. There's that. This is going to be the road. And just watch how this comes together. Doesn't look like much right now, but it will. All right. Whoops. I'm going to actually set up my tripod now. I've been holding it this whole time. Woo! My tripod's not the best. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll just move it as we paint different sections. So once you have everything, you're going to start to use your Sharpie marker and you're going to trace over everything. It's okay if you have a thin Sharpie or if you have a thicker Sharpie. Whatever you have is just fine. So take a minute, please, and go ahead and do that. When you guys are done, just unmute yourself and let me know, or give me a thumbs up.
And things are going good for me.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Good, Jillian. Drew, you look like you're working hard. Just take your time here. We're going to set up our paints together next, but there's no rush. In our picture, our bug is white, but we can change the color of the bug. I'm going to let you guys decide how you want to paint your bug. I feel like I want to make mine like a pink. Just think a little cute. I like that some of you guys are working outside. I see Becky outside. It's such a nice thing to do on a day like this. The only reason I set up inside is because I always need to make sure that my computer is very powered up and I don't have an outlet out there. So that's the reason I'm stuck indoors. Otherwise, I'd be outside too. If you are working outside, what you need is some kind of flat surface to work on. A lot of times patio tables have texture on them, so they wouldn't be the most ideal table to do art on. So a regular wood picnic table could work, but then you have to worry about the spaces between the planks of wood. So what I always recommend is just having like a separate flat surface that you put on top. So if you have like an extra piece of paneling or something, or just like a piece of wood, you can lay that on top. Just make sure it's really flat and doesn't have any kind of texture, because that'll show up in your picture.
We're done with our tracing.
Okay. Who is that? Adriana and Diego. And looking around, I'm going to give you guys another minute. I have a feeling a few more people are still working on tracing.
I just finished tracing.
Okay, Drew. Jillian, how are you doing? Vivian, you're good too? Jill, I don't want to move too fast, so just let me know. You're good too? Okay, awesome. How about you, Beck? Kind of, sort of. Good. All right. Here's what we're going to do next. I'm going to move my picture out of the way. We're going to set up our paint palettes together. We always do it together. This way you always put out the right paints. Okay, so you can use almost anything as a paint palette. So I actually have palette paper. You definitely don't need to buy anything like this. I just happen to have it in my house. Basically, it's like a waxy surface, and it does work well for you to put your paints on, and then you can take each page and just throw it out when you're done. So they do sell that at Michael's. You could use a egg carton. You could also use a paper plate. So anything you have around your house could work really well. Paper plate's kind of good too because I like to set up my paints in a circle, and it's already a circle shape. Okay, here's what I'm going to do first. Got my white. No one's knocking at my door. I'm just trying to get my paint out. I always put more white than I think I'm going to need. So I know you can't see what I just did, but there's white. The black is going to go right next to the white. Trying to get it out. I'm at the end. No one's at the door. It always sounds like someone's banging on the door. It's kind of like ketchup. I have this issue every week. I just need to go and buy some more black paint. Hang on. So anyway, you put your black next to your white. Uh-oh. Okay, that should be enough. Perfect. You don't need a ton. Okay, so I got my black, I got my white. So I'm actually going to put out every color that I have, and I'm going to do them in color order. That's actually a dark purple, and I know I'm moving fast. I'm just going to show you how it comes out when I'm done. Now, if you're using a plate, you might want to have an extra plate so that you can mix colors on. You know, it's up to you. I have my blue. And I should have a red. I don't have any orange. Can you imagine? I'm like out of colors. I gotta make a trip to Michael's. Okay, let me show you. That's how I set mine up. So I know I did say to put out a lot of white. Your other colors, you don't need a ton. You could always put out more paint, but if you put out too much and you don't use it all, it becomes a waste. So I always recommend actually putting out less and then adding if you need more. So just give me a thumbs up once you have your paints out, and we'll be mixing colors together. Take your time, no rush.
What are those two darker colors that aren't black?
So if you don't have these colors, it's fine. You just use whatever colors you have. This one here is like a very dark purple. I know it's like impossible to see on my camera. And then this one here, what is like a lighter purple. It's actually pretty light. It's just coming up as really dark in my camera. And then this over here is my black. That's my white. Green, you could see really well. Yellow, red, blue. If you don't have purple, it's okay. You can really put out whatever colors you have. This is a very colorful picture, and you guys are going to get to change around some of your colors. So we'll have fun with that. Some of the colors we are going to do the same as what they are in the picture. I'm just setting up my tripod. I have so much trouble with this tripod. I'm just gonna fix this really quick. Uh-oh. No Bixby. All right. So give me a thumbs up if you have your paint colors. Good. You need your paint brushes. Guess what? I forgot to take mine out. I have to run and get them really quick. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to show you the brushes I have. If you look at the screen that has my face, it's easier to see. So one is really small. It's very thin. So you need your detail brush. And one is like medium size. If you have a bigger brush, that's cool too. I'm just going to use these two. So one is medium and one's teeny tiny. You just definitely need your teeny tiny brush. It's important. You're also going to want your cup of water and paper towels. And just give me a thumbs up once you have all those things. And I'm going to move my palette out of the way. I always run out of space, like in my area. I think I might start doing our virtual classes at the studio because I'm more set up there. Okay, so I got my picture and we're going to be working very, very step by step. The very first color that we're going to mix is the mint green that's used all over the background of the picture. So I'm going to mix it with you. I'm going to use my medium brush and I'm going to show you how to mix it. Okay, what you're going to need is, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm in front of the camera. You need a scoop of green, a scoop of blue, and a lot of white, like 2 scoops of white. So green, blue, and white, lots of white. And it should come out as like a mint green. More on the blue side. I just added more blue to it, so I want to get it right. And a little more white. It's okay if you have a lot of this color because we're going to need a lot of it. I'm going to even add more blue. Blue is a color I'm going to have to put more of on my palette in a little while. Okay, so I'm just mixing it all up. I'm just making sure it's all mixed. Okay. Once you have your pile of blue mix, give me a thumbs up so I know. And remember, water becomes the vehicle for this paint. Water is what's going to make it more fluid. So what I like to do is dip my brush in my water and then dip it in my paint to make it a little bit more fluid. Once you have the color, just give me a big thumbs up so I know. And I'm actually going to turn my picture backwards so you guys can really see the parts that I'm going to be painting. Oh, that's my cat. You guys hear snoring? My cat's snoring. So I just turned my picture upside down. Okay, because we're really going to be painting this part. So, okay. I'm just gonna get started. So you're gonna be painting everywhere above the line for the road. You guys hear snowy? And just take your time. So remember, my little trick is that I use my big brush when I am painting inside of big shapes, but I don't paint up to my edge, because if I try to, it's going to come out really sloppy. So instead, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use my smaller brush to paint those areas. I'm going to dip in my paint, my water back in my paint. So I always add a little bit of water to my paint. And just take your time. I'm probably moving faster than you. I feel like it's my job to do that. This way you guys always know where you're going. Don't feel rushed.
So is that color wait, is that the mint green or the green? It's on the low power mode right now, so I can't really see it. We're getting a different.
This is the mint green. This is just the mint green that we just mixed. Your mint green probably looks different than mine. It looks different than the green on the picture too that I sent you. That's okay. I honor individualism within your work. So again, I use my bigger brush first, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to use my smaller brush. I'm actually going to put the tripod down. I know it's going to be hard to see for a minute. But I'm having trouble painting and holding my tripod, my camera at the same time. Whoa, again. My tripod's not totally gripping my phone. That's why it keeps popping out. Every time I try to maneuver it, it pops out. Okay, I'm back to painting. And I'll show you as I complete different areas. So again, using my fatter brush first to block in my color, but I'm leaving that edge. So there's a little edge here between my paint and the line. And I'm going to save that for my thin brush. And I know it's hard to see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm in my picture that has my face in it. I just held it up. So again, I didn't go up to my lines yet. I'm also going to be painting the area behind the kitty cats with the same color. So I'm going to start that now. And then I'm going to do my detailing stuff later. My detailing stuff is in using my thin brush and going up to the edge. That's what I mean by that. So I'm just blotting in. Oh, wow. There's a couple people waiting to come in.
Yeah, hi, this is Becky's mom. Where one of our devices is running out of juice, so we're trying to log in with another device.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you.
And I see Karen Levitov. Oh, okay. Is that you? That's Vivian? Got it. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was another person. that happens. That happens in like every Zoom class. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes I accidentally leave the meeting or my thing will run out of juice. I feel like I've had just about every problem you can have with Zoom, so I anticipate the different types of troubles. Okay, so I'll show you where I'm at now. So now I'm up to the part where I'm going to use my thin brush, and I'm going to be painting right up to my edges now. So I'm going to hold my tripod over so you guys can see what I mean. So now with my really thin brush, I can very nice, clean, get right up to my edge. And I'm just going to paint all my white spots. As you're looking at your picture, you might see areas that need a second coat, kind of like if you're painting your nails. So you can do that when we're done with this part. You can go back with a fatter brush and you can do a second coat. And what I might do for the rest of my painting, I might get a different thin brush. This one is a little bit frayed, and I'm not getting the detail work that I really want to get. So I'm going to look for a different brush in a minute when I'm done with this part. I'll just let you guys know, I'm doing my fall planning right now for our studio, and I'm going to continue having virtual classes. I think they're a hit, and since we don't know what's coming up for the school year, it might make a lot of sense to have different options. So we are definitely going to have in studio as well. We have a lot in studio, and we also are going to have homeschool classes too, because there's going to be more homeschool students. So we'll have, it's a good thing. It means we're going to have more daytime classes, which will be really nice. Okay, so I just have a little bit more work to do here. Getting there. And then I'm going to go switch out my paintbrush and get one that I like better. I don't know where all my really good supplies go. I think they're all in the studio. I'm in my home right now. Okay, so I went and I did all my detail work. Oh, there's a couple little areas. Still need a little bit of work. Didn't realize I was on my side. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I'm gonna go and do another coat, just in a few areas, to get rid of some of the streakiness. So a second coat will help you there if you have the streaky issue like I do. Just in a couple little areas. So this is where I'm at. And I'm just gonna go look for a thinner brush. So I'll be right back. Okay, sorry that took so long. All my good brushes were hiding. I just found them. Okay. Can I just check in with you guys? Who here is completely done painting the background? And you can unmute yourself and tell me. Or if you're still painting, just let me know. Okay. So Becky's good, all done painting?
I'm done.
Okay. Anyone else finished?
I'm outlining it.
Okay, take your time. That's great. You're keeping up so well. I'm not rushing. I just have to check to see where everyone's at. That's all. So I'm going to give you guys another minute or two here. I'm just going to fix up a couple of areas on mine because I'm being a perfectionist, of course. So any lines that you don't care for that you made, you can fix up when we do our painting. I'll explain. So like this area here, I'm not so crazy with how I drew this. It's fine, but I feel like I've done neater, better in my life. So when we go to paint this area, I am gonna make sure that I paint it super neat, and I might go outside my lines a little bit and I can fix the shape then because I'm so picky with myself. So if you're like me and you want it to come out perfect, although in art there's no such thing as perfect, but I think artists do tend to be a little bit perfectionist. So that's why I say that. I want to help you. Not that I want to help you be all perfectionist, but I want to help you be happy with what you make. And in a minute, I'm going to show you our next color that we're going to mix. Okay, give me a big thumbs up if you're ready to move on to the next color. Okay, so Becky, Vivian, anyone else? Or you can write in. You can also actually chat. Good, Adriana and Diego. They just gave me a thumbs up. How about Violet? Just want to make sure I'm not going so fast that you can't keep up. All right. So I'm going to start showing you how to mix our gray. So the gray that we're going to mix is mostly white. This is going to be for the road. So I'm going to take a big scoop of white and a little tiny bit of gray. I mean, a little tiny bit of black. So it's a very, very light gray. Oh, that's my cat again. It sounds like growling. He's actually just very happy. He's just a happy boy. So that's the color I just mixed. Okay? So take your time. Go ahead, mix a pile of that color. And just give me a thumbs up once you have it. And I'm going to fix my phone again for the 100th time. And I keep accidentally squeezing that part of my phone that makes Bixby come on or all the weird things. It's so annoying. I wish there was an easier way. I think the tripod wasn't meant for use when you have a case around your phone. That's the issue I think I'm having. Okay. So give me a thumbs up once you have your pile of paint. Good. Okay. This is going to be for the road. I'm just looking to see. The road is the only place that we're using this color. I'm going to do it the same way I always do, where I leave a little bit of room. And I'm going to use my detail brush to go up to those lines. My cats always like to join me when I'm painting, and they influence my paintings apparently too. I did a cat project with my younger guys last week. I have another class that I do virtually with younger students. It's called Beginner Painting Techniques. Okay, so again, it's not the neatest. Here's what I'm going to do now. Use my real thin brush. And now with the thin brush, I can go right up to my edges. Yeah, my older daughter, Jackie, you might remember her as a baby. She's already 4.5 years old. And she's going to go to pre-K this year. She would have gone to kindergarten, except that her birthday didn't make the cutoff. So she's going to go to pre-K. And we tried her in camp today for the very first time at Studio E. And the teacher is going to give me feedback and let me know how she did. And hopefully she had a really good day. And if she did, I'll keep sending her. Because it's a privilege. I always tell her what a privilege it is to be able to go to the art classes and how you have to have fantastic behavior and all that good stuff. So I hope I hear good things. Yeah, so even though I own an art studio, it's not automatic that my kids would get to go. They have to prove to me that they're ready for it. And they can't act spoiled about it either. Although, what a cool way to grow up, right? If my parents would have owned an art studio, I think I would have been like the happiest kid on earth. So I'm just going up to my edges with my thin brush now. Okay. Let me check in with you guys. You all look like you're working really hard. So take your time. We're going to be painting the car last. That's like the very last thing we're going to do. I think next we're going to paint the black areas. So it'll be the two cats and the tires. But I'm going to wait a minute before I show you that. Hello, Adriana. How you doing, Beck? Awesome. Is it chilly out? A little bit? That's good to know. I've been looking for a good day to take a jog. I like to jog all the time, and it's been too hot. By the time I can actually get out there and jog, it's like 90 degrees. So today might be a good jogging day. All right. You guys ready? Give me a big thumbs up. Okay. This part's easy. We're going to use our thin brush the whole time. Going to dip in my water. Going to dip in my black paint. I dip in my water so that the black paint has leverage. I'm going to paint my tires first. I'm actually going to use my bigger brush for the just for the tires. So I went a little outside my line there. That's why I just made my tire a little bit thicker to kind of compensate. I like pointing out my mistakes to you so that you guys can learn how to fix your mistakes like a champ when it's your turn. So you can become kind of like a magician while you're painting. And no one has to know about your mistakes. So I'm cleaning up my lines. I'm going to use my thin brush again. I'm just going to fix that up. There we go. Okay, so I've got the two tires. Now I'm going to do the kitty cats. So if you want to, you can just watch me first. It's up to you. I can use my other thin brush for this part. All my brushes are kind of frayed. They're all old and frayed. Okay. So these are Tuxedo cats. And I have my very first ever Tuxedo cat. I just got her last summer. She was a kitten. She was only maybe 2 months old when I got her. And now she's over a year. And she's coming out of her kittenhood, which is sad for mommy. Because she was a fun kitten. But she's a fun cat now. She still has a ton of energy. So it looks a lot better now that I painted it, huh?
I got my paint. I'm finished outlining, so I got my paintbrushes ready.
Good. Oh,
And then
okay. Gotcha. Let me know if you need help mixing any of the colors.
Okay.
And I'm going to be sending you the video of this. It takes me a couple hours because I have to download it. It takes a little bit of time because it will be like an hour and a half. So probably another 2 hours or so after the class, I'll be sending you the video from today. So if you miss anything, that's where the video comes in very handy. And I'll be sending that every week. So you can go back, you can rewind. It goes to my personal YouTube station. And you guys are welcome to look at the other stuff I have posted on there. I have a lot of really cool art projects on there. And it's just for my students who are doing virtual classes. So it's just for the people like you who paid and are part of our group. But there's other stuff on there. There's a lot of other stuff actually. And you're welcome to look at any of it. I have a lot of stuff on there from when I was a teacher. I used to teach in Miller Place years ago. And I used to make YouTube videos that I would show on our smartboard of me doing lessons because I taught such big groups all the time that I needed a way to show the students over and over little things and rewind at parts that were harder for them. So that's where that kind of came in handy for me. Oh yeah, I forgot his hands. Oh, his hands are actually white. I have a lot of really crafty lessons on there too, and some clay. And you can do clay at home too. You don't necessarily have to come to our studio. I have a lot of lessons using air dry clay, which is a different kind, but you can do similar stuff with it. Okay, there's my two kitties. They're all done. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is the red for the seats. That's an easy, fast part. I'm just gonna use the straight red that I have from the tube. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to it so I can use it. All my thin brushes are duds. Okay, this one's better. Oh yeah, and we can also paint in the steering wheel, and you can do that whatever color, any color you like. So that could be fun for you to design. Okay. So I have that. Picture's definitely coming together, huh? Definitely looks better than it did as a drawing. That always happens. Do you guys want to show me your pictures? It's up to you if you want to turn your camera around. Good, Drew. Oh, nice. Nice, Adriana. I like the blue you made. Anyone else? It's okay if you don't want to show me. And I'm just watching you guys. After you have the red from your seats, just give me a thumbs up so I know that you're ready to move on. And we'll start doing the fun rainbow part. There's still definitely lots of paint. And we get to choose the color for the car. I'm not going to recommend that you keep it white. I'm going to recommend that you change your color, and you can make any color you like for that. That'll be the last thing we do. I want to make my picture a little different than the one that we're inspired from. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the whiskers for the cat. I'm just cleaning my brush. I'm going to get my brush ultra thin. Let me show you. I'll show you up here at my face. I'm just kind of going like this and just shaping it super thin now. Okay. And then you can watch how I do the whiskers. Kind of funny. I gave him a lot of whiskers. The expression on the cat's face is what makes it kind of funny. So if your cats come out funny looking, that's all right. I think they're supposed to. Those are my guys. I think I'll put some by the ears too. Just for fun. Just my choice. That's not actually in the picture. I just added it. I have a lot of whiskers. I'm also going to paint the little pink inside of their ears. So to make the pink, it's going to take a little tiny bit of red and some white. More white than red. It's like a very light pink. And just real simple. And the cats also have a pink nose. So we can do that too. These cats definitely have a lot of expression. There you go. Cats are done. Oh, actually, their eyes are yellow. I'll show you that too. So to make the yellow for the eyes, I'm going to dip in my yellow, and I'm going to dip in some white. So it's like a light yellow. And they actually have black in their eyes. And they have like a little tiny dot of light. So I'll show you that. So the people are going to make black. And they have a little tiny bit of white, which is like the light reflecting. So with my thinnest point, I'm going to dip in my white and just make like the little reflection in the eyes. It's like a little tiny dot. Just like that. Okay. Fixing up the white line on their faces now. Remember I was telling you can fix things up after you start painting? That's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna make a color for the steering wheel. Actually, I'm out of blue paint, so I'm gonna put a little bit more blue paint. So for the steering wheel, it's like a light blue to me. Again, you guys can make it your own. You can change the colors. So I just made the steering wheel blue. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on a little bit. Okay. So for the headlights and for the lines in the road, it's going to be a straight yellow. You dip right in your yellow. You can just go ahead and paint. We're up to the real fun parts. We're going to be making that rainbow next. So this part's quick. Okay. And the little line around the headlight, you can actually make it gray. You can make it the same gray that we used before for the road, if you still have some of that left. You just need a little bit, put a little bit of water in it to reactivate it. Or you can mix new if you need to, but you only need a tiny, tiny bit. I have a feeling we might go a couple minutes over. I do sometimes do that. Try not to, but it happens. But I always tell you, because I do respect your time, and you might have something else that you're doing. So, of course, you are welcome to tune out if you need to right on time. But if you're able to, I would encourage you to stay. Okay. So next thing we're going to be doing, I'm just going to get started with this. It's going to be a rainbow within here, through here. So it's not going to be like the same colors reversed or anything. We're just going to be doing like a full rainbow. And we can mix more colors than we need. We'll just have fun with it. And I'll show you what I mean, because it probably sounds like Greek to you, which means that you don't understand. You're like, what does she mean? So you could just watch me first if you like. I'm kind of going by the painting for this part. And I just want you to watch how I do this part. I know I might be moving a little bit ahead of where you are, but I want you guys to know where we're heading. Okay, there's my red. Next color is orange. I don't have an orange here. I'm gonna mix my own with some red and some yellow and a little white. The colors to me are a little bit pastel-y. Okay, this is gonna be my next color. So it's an orangey color. It's all right if your color doesn't come out perfect. Just have fun. Okay. Next color, I'm gonna fit 4 colors in each of these. Next color is gonna be straight yellow. Same color that we used for the headlights. So I'm leaving space for my last color. And it's gonna be a green. If you find that you're spending time after class finishing your paintings, that's great. That means you care about what you did. That's a great thing to do. You can always fix these up if you feel like you need to do more work on them. Okay, we're gonna mix a green. You also don't want to overwork. Oh, I actually have a green right here. Look at that. That's perfect too. You don't want to overwork your pictures. There sometimes is like a fine line between making it great and overworking it. So I'll talk more about that too. I'm gonna have a class like this in our studio for the fall. I'm gonna have an online one too. But I think we will have like a step-by-step animal painting class or just different step-by-step style classes that are like this. Because they seem to be a hit. Okay, so there's the same green over here. Next color, gonna be light blue. I'm gonna take my blue, I'm gonna mix it with some white. We haven't really used our purple. I think I'm actually gonna make my car like a purple. I know I said a different thing before, but I changed my mind. You can make your car whatever color you want. I was saying that before. That's a part that's just for you. Okay. So remember, I'm going to be fitting 4 colors in here. My next color is purple. I actually just mixed my 2 purples together. That's just what I felt like doing. We do have to leave room for that last color. Which is going to be a pink. So back to my red here. Gonna mix some white with it.
You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna leave, but you can look at my picture if you want.
Oh, I love it, Jillian. Oh my goodness. That's coming out great. Jillian, would you do me a favor? When
Yeah.
you're all done with your picture, would you please email it to me? You have my email because I've been emailing you.
I don't want to.
Okay. If you don't want to, it's okay.
It's
But I love it so much, and I would love to feature your artwork on our Facebook page. So,
okay.
yeah, I would love to if you're okay.
Okay, it's okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I have to go. Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Okay, good job.
Great job. We do like a group shot at the end. And I'd like if you guys stuck with us so that we can take our little group shot. Okay. So last thing I'm gonna do here is the color for my car. So I'm gonna go and mix that up. I told you guys I was gonna do a purple, and I am. I just actually mixed my 2 purples together. You put some blue with it because I have all that blue. This is just my own crazy color that I'm mixing. I'm going to add some white to it. I'm going to add more white to it. It should be very pastel-y. That's kind of the style of the bug. That's what our car is called. It's a VW bug. When I was in high school, they made like a new version of the bug. But they're always like very pastel-y. That means you add white to it. That's like a perfect color, actually. I love it. So mine's going to be purple. And I'll show you one more thing after this. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to do like a little bit of outlining, and I'll show you how to do that just to really make your picture complete. So again, I'm going to save my real detail-y areas for my tiniest brush. And I'm going over my lines, so I'm not going to see them anymore, which is why I'm going to want to do a little bit of line detailing at the end. And you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's all right, because I'm going to show you. Okay, save the rest for my thin brush. Again, you can do this part whatever color you like. Is Diego still with you? Is he on break? Oh, okay, there you are. I'm just making sure. I'm about to find out how Jackie did in clay camp. I have a feeling it went all right. I think I hear her outside right now. So I've lost my lines, and I'm going to be redrawing them. I'm going to use a thin black line to do that in like a minute. And we'll see how our pictures come together. So exciting. Here we go. So as I'm painting, I'm fixing up my line shape and I'm making it the way I want it. Okay, I'm almost there. And I'll show you which parts, which to do the little thin line around, because you definitely don't have to do that around everything. You're just going to pick and choose a few parts that'll help your picture look better. Okay. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'm right there. Oh, there's one more thing before we do our lines. There's one more thing that I forgot to do. In our picture, there's these white lines around the picture. So I'm going to do those first. That'll be really quick. So I'll show you those. You want a really thin brush. It's kind of like these little lines. Just adds like a little bit of flair. So they all point the same way until you get to the middle. And what's going to happen is it's going to point this way now. You see what I did? My line's turning kind of purple. That's okay. I got these. That looks cool. Okay, so I was talking about that thin black line. I'm going to set up my brush. So I dipped it in a lot of water. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it. So I'm in my big screen with my face. I'm just pulling it super duper duper pointy. Okay. And I'm going to dip right into my black paint. And I'm going to start to go over a couple of the lines. So you just want to make sure that your brush is very sharp. So I just went around the headlight. Okay, so there's a couple parts of the car that we lost. So we're gonna redo those really fast. I know we're over, just a little over time. We're like 5 more minutes. I think I hear my baby upstairs. She's fine. I hear her like singing a song. So she's not sleeping. That's all right. Okay, so that's the bumper for the car. And I'm gonna redo this part here. Just using my like real thin black line here. Got this line that we drew before. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Got a couple more little lines. I'm gonna go around the car. Again, you wanna make sure your brush is very sharp.
Hello, we're signing off. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Can we show
All
you our picture?
All right, I'd love if you emailed your picture when you're done, okay?
We will, totally. Thank
Sounds
you so
good.
much. It was
All right.
wonderful.
See you next week.
See you
Okay,
next week.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Guys, like 2 more minutes. We're almost done.
I think yours is absolutely wonderful, and you don't have any.
Who's chatting? Is that Michelle? Oh, is that Becky? Okay. Okay. Just also doing the little mirrors on the side. Like that. And there's this. Okay. And I'm also gonna do a line around the rainbows. This is gonna be the last thing I do. I always say that and then I find some other part to paint, don't I? Maybe the chair.
Gotta go.
Okay. See you
Bye.
next time. Don't forget to send me your picture.
Okay, I'll try. Bye.
Bye. All right. And I think I'm all done too. All right. Do you guys want to just do a quick little screenshot? What do you think? Can you guys hold up your picture really quick? I just want to see. Violet, are you still there? All right. Ready? 1, 2. You want to hold yours up, Violet? And be in the picture? It's up to you. I'm going to do it. There we are. Okay, 1, 2. Make sure your picture's in the screen. 3. Yay! All right, I'll be sending you guys the video. Please email me your pictures. I want to feature you guys on Facebook. All right, and I'll see you next week.